Our coaches taught us early on, be so happy for the person that got what you want as if it happened to you.
Yeah.
That was the best advice I ever received. Hi, everyone. I'm Cyd Charisse.
And I'm David Bosher.
And you're listening to Destroy the Hairdresser,
where we teach you to salon differently.
If you are still using a front desk in your salon, it may be time to future-proof your business with Aura Salonware. Aura allows you and your team to check clients out from any device. That means there's no need for a front desk or front desk overhead. What's even more amazing is that clients can check themselves out using the Aura app from their own device. With Aura Salonware, you can finally let technology streamline your business. Start removing your front desk today by visiting aurasalonware.com/DTH to receive special discounts and promos. Are you exhausted trying to get your team to understand the cost of product use? Let's jump into the future with Salon Scale. Have more proactive conversations with real numbers that can help create less waste. Salon Scale software is a pro stylist app that gets your team educated on the real costs of doing business.
Salon Scale is a great solution for wasting less color and making more profit. Visit salonscale.com/DTH and use code DTH10 at checkout for 10% off. Did you grow up sharing? You're an only child-ish.
I'm a really good I don't like to toot my horn, but like if I'm good at anything, it's sharing.
You are really good at sharing.
I live to share.
But you know what? It's like Cyd lives to share. Yeah, exactly.
Well, unless it's
not
food.
Unconditional.
Unless it's food. I will absolutely share my food all the time. Like you'll never starve in my house. But
it's almost like your version of sharing.
You can use all my things, but
is
don't
receiving.
go home with them. It is. It's my love language.
Like you want to share. You want to be the one that shared it more than you want to share. Right?
Yeah. I taught my wife how to share because she grew up with a brother that would take all her things.
But you have a lot of siblings, but
I'm my mom's only kid.
Yeah.
But I am the second oldest of 5.
Right.
Because my dad was a hoe.
But you grew up by yourself. As a single child.
Yeah.
As an only child. A single child.
A single child.
I have a similar story. My parents weren't hoes, but well, my mom's kind of a hoe, but it's different. She didn't have kids like that. So my dad and stepmom fostered 10 kids.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 stepsisters and I have 1 biological brother, but my biological brother is 10 years older. So, and I'm the youngest of all of the people. And I grew up with my mom, whereas everyone else kind of grew up with my dad because they were divorced.
Yeah.
So I also had a lot of siblings, but I grew up as an only child.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling because you're like, I have only child syndrome, but I also have sibling energy.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
I don't know about you, but because I'm the baby, when people bring, like my brother had babies or my family or my other siblings had kids, I didn't know what to do with them. I was like, I just kind of hold it.
No. I think it's because all my siblings were babies. So
yeah, you had the opposite.
I was the babysitter. They were like, here, hold this.
And I was
and I'm like,
Speaking of babysat, when I was little, this is my earliest hair story. I was so little. I had to have been 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But it was a traumatic experience, I remember it. And my cousin or I think it was my brother and my cousin, we were in the bathroom and I can remember sitting there and I had I had long hair as a little kid. Because my mom loved long, beautiful hair. She also wanted me to be a girl and my name was going to be Cara Lene.
I was supposed to be a boy. Mackenzie Parker. My mom wanted to call me Mac. Is that what? We were secretly gay.
It is our parents' fault. See, our moms didn't want to be their fault, but it is.
Bam. You wanted a boy, you got a lesbian for a daughter.
So, I have so many stories. I was supposed to be Cara Lene, and my mom's a narcissist, and guess what her name is?
Carrie Renee.
Mm-hmm.
I just put that together.
I was supposed to be...
It's brilliant.
Yeah. I was like,
good work.
She's clever, right? But then people, I don't know if people know this, but my legal name is Caleb. So my name's Caleb Bosher. And I changed it to David. But growing up...
People are like, why? Why?
Yeah. If you go
Long
to...
story.
Yeah. The story's in there somewhere in the episodes. But I grew up not having to share, really. And I gotta tell you, I still don't love it.
What's funny that you don't love it, yet you created a company with such an impactful share
I did.
culture method built into it that has been thriving in salons.
It's funny. I don't like sharing, but I know it works. It's the same.
And that's the point. You don't have to like it.
It's actually the same with everything. I don't like eating healthy. I know it works. I don't like working out. I know everything I don't like works.
Yeah.
But I think in today's world, we live in a share economy. We live in everything's share. Share this post. Share this link. Share everything's share. But the consciousness is kind of what's slipping.
Yeah.
It's not really share because...
It's share because I have to. Share because I'm going to get left behind.
It's share to get something.
Yeah.
The only thing left that's share is memes. I love sharing a meme. And I love thinking about the person laughing. That brings me joy.
We literally have a thread.
If someone doesn't laugh or tell me that they laughed, even if they didn't, if there's no confirmation, I'm pissed.
You send me memes and you can tell when I really think they're funny or not.
Yeah. Cyd didn't know that her read receipts were on. And so she's been reading all my messages.
And ignoring his ass.
And not responding. And then I get pissed.
After hours.
And she doesn't know why I'm mad. And I go, because I see that you read my messages.
And I'm like, I didn't.
She didn't know that I could see that.
I mean, I read them and then I was like, I'll respond to this later. We all do it. You do it.
Yeah, but you don't know I do it.
I know you do it because you didn't respond to me. Listen, this isn't a best friend
We'll talk about this later. But I think, it's funny that you said that we created the share culture in our business. The salon industry
struggles with this.
Oh.
When we say that it is okay for stylists to work at multiple salons and for salon owners to share employees, meltdown city.
And for staff to share clients.
And for staff to share clients. I love sharing clients with you.
When we say share culture, we mean share everything.
Yeah. Help uplift. We talk a big talk about let's uplift each other and let's support each other. But the minute that it inconveniences you, all sharing and supporting is ended.
When someone says that
if it threatens you.
If someone says the biggest thing they want in this industry is community, I'm like, no, this person. You don't. That's a buzzword.
It's a triggering word now.
Community. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
What in your mind, what does community actually mean?
A collective consciousness of people thriving to create, I've never been asked this, thriving to create fairness, but not only fairness.
Striving or thriving?
Striving to create fairness, which then creates thriving. But all together. I mean, they're lifting each other up. They're supporting each other, and it's not about one other's success. They don't have to be on the same level as successes, but they're proud. Our coaches taught us early on, be so happy for the person that got what you want as if it happened to you.
Yeah.
That was the best advice I ever received. So when someone gets, when I was trying to buy a house and someone on Facebook got a house, I'm like, good for that, because
celebrate it.
Celebrate
like you got it.
And so I've kept that in my career. Every time someone got a job that I wanted, or they were charging the amount that I wasn't ready to charge, or whatever the thing was that I was holding myself back in, and they were receiving, I had to celebrate it wholeheartedly, like it happened to me. That's a hard consciousness to live in.
It's very hard. It's not our first instinct.
But it's true share culture.
When I think of community, I just think of the old school, it takes a village.
Yeah.
I don't think we, especially as Americans, have a good concept of what community means.
I agree with that.
I think that's why we all say it and want it. We want the feeling.
We want the idea of it.
Yeah, well, but we just don't know how to get it.
Yeah.
But then when you find out that real community means there's a sacrifice of your own ego, I think that's when people are like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
You realize it's not all about you, and that the part that you play might not just be 100% self-indulgent. You have to participate in other people's success, like you said. I think that's where people get, what's in it for me?
But why does there have to be something in it? for you. You should be
But I think
creating your own.
Yeah. What's in it for you is when you need help, then you ask for it.
Yeah.
When you need support,
Which is sharing.
then you go and get it from the same people.
Yeah.
The other thing is I think it's also complicated in salons. We want to say community, but at the end of the day, you didn't really pick all these people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the salon owner did, but like you as a staff member or employee or hairdresser, maybe you didn't choose every single person, but there's still a level of community and respect.
This is why we stress to our salon owners to not just hire everybody and anybody. Really hire the people that fit within your brand, that are on the same mission as you, that are, on the same
or
level.
Missions that you can support.
Or missions that you can support, because it's great to bring inward. And then when you do that, it creates true community, because the stylist is trying to find someone they're trying to find a space in a business that aligns with them.
Right.
So they want to also know that you hired other people like them.
Right.
What if you could still give your clients great hair with less products? What if that product line made you money with less inventory on the shelves? What if that product line was also made with gentle ingredients, is biodegradable, and the packaging is refillable? All this may seem impossible, but with Hairstory, it is possible. Hairstory is a brand that is equal parts mindful as it is great hair. Give your clients amazing products while filling your bank account with extra cash. Ready to try New Wash for free? Visit hairstory.com/DTH to get pro access today.
I think when someone says community, they assume it means we all get along.
Yeah.
And we're all on the same page.
Yeah. It's also okay if you're not.
Yeah, and I think people are saying community and they actually mean team. Like, we're on the same team. Okay. But community is a different thing. Community is give and take. Community is becoming part of, like you said, a collective consciousness of people that are on the same missions in some way.
Yeah.
All different facets of the same mission. And I think with salon owners and hairdressers, it gets really wonky.
Yeah.
But I think it gets wonky because salon owners don't know what their mission is.
Yeah.
They don't know where they're going.
There's
not all the time.
I say this all the time, especially when I'm teaching any sort of branding or social media. If you do not have clarity within yourself and who you are, your brand, your mission, your presence will always fall short.
Right. And we've also, I think we posted this a long time ago that even if you don't have a brand, you'll become one.
Yeah, by being authentic.
Yeah, it'll just naturally form.
I mean, we've talked, I use Andy Judd a lot as an example of that he just was himself.
Yeah.
And in turn, that created the Andy Judd brand, but it's just authentic to him.
And by the way, your brand and who you are, it's a accumulation of other people's effects on you.
Right.
And influence on you.
Everything there's a great book called Steal Like an Artist. I've talked about it 9,000 times. You actually introduced me to.
Yeah, by Austin Kleon.
To him. All of his books were great. And this book in particular is my fucking favorite.
And it's like a coffee table book.
You literally could read it in
5 minutes.
I would say an hour and a half, tops, if you're really taking your time. And the sole purpose of the book, or the sole message of the book, is that everything is a copy of a copy of a copy. And that's what creates your uniqueness. So everyone that's like, I don't want to copy someone, I don't want something, you are always going to be influenced by something. Every decade is influenced by another. I mean, we have 90s fashion coming back and 2000s fashion coming back.
God.
Everything's cycling. I know, right?
I love
it's
a
my
ripped
favorite.
jean.
And everything's cycling. And it's okay, because that is creating new art, new inspiration. Nothing is actually truly going to be authentic, because every awesome thing that we connect to, especially as artists, is birthed through inspiration.
And I think when you're creating share culture in a space, everyone is so afraid of stepping on toes. Like, they're they are the ones that do extensions. They're the ones that do the blonding. It's like, find your thing by experimenting, expressing interest, learn from everyone around you. That's what creates community.
Yeah.
Not this like, that's their thing.
Not it's my word and my way and my business. That's dictatorship.
There are a lot. We talked about this in other episodes where you'll go to a salon as a new stylist, and they want you to learn their way of blow drying.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not community. That's not share culture. It's not beneficial. Teaching them a technique.
Sharing a way of
Yeah.
blow drying is a great addition to their tool belt. Showing, making it, this is the way,
But
kind of gets kind of on the iffy side.
Share culture and dictatorship can get really close. The other thing I see a lot in salons is, I'm going to teach you this thing, and then if you leave, you have to pay me for it. Or I'm going to teach you this thing, and if you leave, I'm going to sue you because you used my technique. This happens a lot in the extension world too. Yep. But that's the reason that doesn't work. That used to work. Like, that used to be how we did business. The reason that doesn't work anymore is because of the advent of social media and the internet. What we used to own, quote unquote, isn't really ours anymore.
Yeah. We actually don't, unless someone like is verbatim teaching word for word. Like, we've had people be like, what if someone shares a login and steals your stuff? I'm like, first off, that, our system is set up so that can't happen. But I'm like, even if it did, would it be that bad? Because our higher mission, it's not so much that it's causing, like, look at Netflix, everybody's sharing passwords. They're still a multi-billion-dollar company. They're still doing the thing,
Right.
But it's like, our higher mission was to change the industry. So if someone that maybe can't afford us or is in a place and that's the route they have to go, if it's getting the mission, it's making changes, it's getting them more money, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, we've
like,
had,
don't be dishonest and an asshole. Come on, we're a small business. But
we've had a lot of, Cyd and I have had a lot of conversations of, should we trademark every method we have? And we've had lawyers tell us that we should trademark everything.
We picked and choose. Like,
and not that we haven't trademarked certain things, but like, every method. And
you can't trademark the word consciousness. You can't trademark things that are just universal.
I'm like, we teach people how to be more proactive. We don't own that material. That's human. That's a human process. But I think we might be the only ones that are maybe focusing on it as much as we do. But with the share culture, like the practices of share culture, having a salon where you share clients can be very difficult because we were taught, at least I don't know about you, but I was taught, they're your clients, you have to maintain them, you have to upsell them, you have to pre-book them, you have to sell them, that was what you were trained to do. And so getting into the world of like,
I actually think that removes share culture because it, in a bad way, not in a proactive way, because it removed your uniqueness to share through education, and it was more of just robotic script.
Yeah, and it created a weird like pissing contest.
Yeah, it did. Like, I sold more product today, and I'm really good at holding the basket and putting products in it. And
and I was really good at selling retail.
I mean, me too.
I was a retail king.
I'm still good at it with affiliate links.
Which is share culture.
Yeah.
But the other thing is
influence.
I think where Destroy the Hairdresser takes it maybe a little bit further than what other people are comfortable with is sharing stylists from salon to salon.
Yeah.
This is terrifying to most people.
And especially sharing employees. Like, it's such a scary thing. But the reality is you don't own people. And it's going to happen whether you like it or not. Why not? Why have it in secret?
I think that's
why not support it?
Most of our methods are, hey, these things happen. So instead of trying to fight it, which hasn't worked in centuries, I'm gonna say centuries, which hasn't worked in a very long time.
Forever.
If it's not working, why don't we try the opposite?
Yeah.
And what does the opposite look like?
Let's create a solution to a problem. How weird is that?
People want to work where they want to work. And also, we used to call this open relationships.
We did.
We didn't call it open door policy. We called it open relationships, where we would suggest, and we still do, that stylists are able to work at other salons. And the reason we say that is because, one, it gives them experiences beyond just your space. And two, it will give them the opportunity to really see where they want to be and to appreciate the space that they choose. So, for example, let's say a stylist works at my salon and they also work at your salon. We're not going to fight about where the clients are going. We're not going to worry about what the schedules are. We're just
I know people listening are already like their stomachs are dropping in their toes.
They've already turned the channel. But let's say that's happening. What most likely will happen, and what we've seen happen over and over, is that eventually the stylist picks a spot. But they pick the spot and then they stay there.
Yeah.
for a long time.
They do.
Because they're not wondering what else is out there.
We actually just had this happen with one of our coaches.
Oh, yeah.
She shared an employee.
Oh, yeah.
And the offer at our coach's salon is really good, and the education is thriving, and the stylist specifically wanted to learn more about extensions. So she picked up more days there. Not that she's not working at the other place, but we also see so many people, then go the opposite. Like and we've talked about specializing, recently in episodes. And what's awesome is that it gives the stylist an opportunity to like, okay, I'm a hair cutter and I am working here. This is where the majority of my income and financial safety come from. But I want to dabble in more. So I want to go to the salon and learn extensions or learn color and start to build a lucrative clientele over there. And it's okay to be in two different spaces. And I think that's beautiful.
I will say it is one of the hardest methods that we coach to for people to grasp. Is it? Maybe it's not.
Well, it's easy when our DTH salons share people, but if outside, like we've had a DTH salon talk to someone that's not in coaching.
Yes.
And really have to sit down and like, let's have coffee and here's the benefit. It's almost like they're coaching this other salon owner and the salon owner is like, let's try it. And they'll try it with an employee. And like what ends up happening, it creates true community because they become friends.
It takes a fucking village.
They're supporting each other. It takes a fucking village.
This was one of the reasons we partnered with Aura because a lot of the technicalities like scheduling and things come into play. Like, how does that work? And Aura, with our station sharing methods, we started working with Aura because they have technology to support this method. So for those of you that are interested in how to station share or how to create a share culture of letting stylists or open door policy where people can work in multiple locations, Aura is a system that really helps support that type of community, which I think is so beneficial. But it's hard. I don't think, it's not for the faint of heart. Because you will win someone, you'll lose some. People will leave, they'll come back. But open door policy means the door is open. Yeah. It's never closed. There are some people you should close the door on.
And
not everybody. Yeah, not everybody. But for the most part, if a stylist leaves, we hear this all the time, like, one of my stylists is leaving to go work somewhere else. Don't burn the bridge. Don't say they can't. Yeah. Don't just. All you need to say is my door is always open.
Today, she's like, I'm hurting right now. Like this was just between us and her, but she's like, I'm hurting right now because I'm so sad to lose her, but I'm so happy for her new adventure. And I told her my door is always open.
Exactly, and that's the point. It gets drafty, but it's worth it.
Next time on Destroy the Hairdresser, the podcast.
When you get something for free as a consumer, you don't say, hey, well, last time this was free.
Yeah.
Because that automatically in a capitalist society that free thing is no longer free.